following interest is deductible? So you only have to tell about interest deduction. So that means your taxes is not relevant for this question, and this AGI is also. So out of these interest, which of the following is deductible?
My mortgage interest, home equity, loan interest, and second home mortgage interest. Ma'am,
Okay.
22,000.
Okay. So your mortgage interest of 12,000 is allowable deduction. Home equity loan is also allowable. But please look that your automobile loan and your home mortgage interest, which you are using to purchase new car, not home. So that means this automobile and this car loan are basically your personal loans. So these interest on these personal loan are not allowed. Okay. So this will not be included in your allowable deduction, this automobile loan and this home mortgage interest. If you use this in loan to purchase home or do some improvement, that will be allowable. Otherwise, if you are using it to purchase something else like your car, it will become your personal loan and it will not be allowed. Similarly, credit card interest is also not allowed. So that means your allowable interest is only 12 and 6,000, only 18,000. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? So mortgage interest and your home equity loan are only allowed if you are using it to buy your home or if you are using it to improve your home. Okay. Otherwise, your personal loans interest are not allowed as deduction. Next question. Joey is 37-year old. His wife died during the tax year and he has not remarried. His deceased wife had no income. He has two minor children living with him. Joey paid all the cost for keeping up his home for the tax year and has paid for all support of his wife and these children. The filing status with the lowest tax rate that Joey qualify is for. So you have to tell what should be the uh, filing status that is available to Joy so that he will get the lowest tax rate. So he is basically his wife died during the tax year and has not remarried, and he also has two minor children to whom he is paying their expenses. So what should be the filing status here? Okay, so I wrongly select this one. So please, these are the options. Read the question and try to figure out what should be the filing status.
I'm married. No, I'm actually confused.
Okay. So his wife is died during the tax year. So that means in this year his wife died and he has not remarried. His wife had no income and he has two minor children, and Joy paid all the cost for keeping up his home for the tax year. So basically it is asking for the filing status for the current year, and in the same year his wife dies. So he was married, but his wife died during the same year. So you have to tell what should be the filing status for this year. He also have two children, like the two dependent basically. So what do you think? Head of household, married filing separately, married filing jointly, or qualifying surviving spouse?
Ma'am, married filing jointly.
Yes, correct. So if the spouse died during the year, for the same year, the taxpayer can claim the status for married filing jointly. Okay. And in the next year, if he has dependent, then up to 2 years he can claim the qualifying surviving spouse status. Okay. If he has not remarried up to 2 years and he has some dependent. Okay. If he has no dependent, then he can go for singles filing status. Okay. So correct answer is your married filing jointly. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So during 2019, Mr. French received state unemployment benefit of 4900 and 700 of supplemental unemployment benefit from the Employer Finance Fund. The union paid Mr. French an additional 2000 as a strike benefit. So what must be included in income for 2019? So he has state unemployment benefit, 700 additional benefit he is getting from employer, and 2000 as a strike benefit.
Ma'am, first option.
Okay. So you have include all the benefit as the taxable benefit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So are you sure? Okay. So okay. So your correct answer. The taxpayer must include in income all unemployment compensation received by him or her. So your unemployment compensation is basically taxable. So if you are getting any state unemployment benefit, any additional benefit, so this is called your SUB, basically supplemental unemployment benefit from an employer finance fund. Your union paid Mr. French an additional 2000 as a strike benefit. So these are your unemployment benefit and are taxable. Okay, so this was the correct answer. Next question. Calendar Corporation provide meals to all employees through an on-site cafeteria. These are not There are no restriction to the employees as to how much or of how often they visit the cafeteria. Some key employees' job description require them to take their meals from the cafeteria in order to be available in case of an emergency. How much would one of the key employees need to include on their tax return as taxable income? So, if you are getting any meal from your office cafeteria, then what amount you should include in your taxable income? Is the meals provided to employees is a taxable benefit or not? I think this is a direct question.
Ma'am, second option. Ma'am, what is the fourth option?
Okay, 5,000.
Ma'am, second option.
Okay. So how will you come to second question, because there are no numerical values are given in this question. Second one is not correct because firstly there are no numerical values are given. So that means these values you can't arrive at these values because no values are given in this question. Second thing, if the meals are provided to the employees, then it is a non-taxable benefit for them. For employers, like for corporation, they can deduct these expenses, like 50% of these expenses from their income. But for employees, there is no taxable income for these benefits. Okay. So correct answer should be zero, not option B. Is it clear or any doubt?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. So next question is Tom Lewis. An individual taxpayer paid an annual property tax amount based on total weight of his automobiles. So select the correct treatment. Personal property taxes he is paying. So is it not deductible, 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 deductible? So deductible under itemized deduction subject to 2% adjusted gross income, itemized deduction and subject to $500 floor and threshold of 10%, or deductible in full on Schedule A itemized deduction.
Ma'am, show the question once.
Okay. Personal property taxes.
Ma'am, last option.
Okay, so you can deduct the whole amount in Schedule A as itemized deduction. Okay. So are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is incorrect because your personal property taxes are not allowed in as deduction in your form 1040. Moreover, जो भी आप taxes deduct करते हो, that is subject to $10,000 of limitations. Okay, so second one आप ऐसे भी guess कर सकते थे.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
So any personal property taxes are not allowed. Okay, next question. Mike and Jane Lewis, a married couple, filed tax joint return, paid funeral expenses of $10,000 for their dependent child. So select the appropriate treatment for funeral expenses. So is this deductible or not deductible? Or if deductible, then subject to 50% limitation or 2% limitation or deductible in full. Funeral expenses.
I'm not deductible in form 1040.
Okay. Okay, so yes, this is correct. Funeral expenses are not deductible in your form 1040. Okay, so next question. A taxpayer spouse dies in August of current year. So which of the following filing status is available for current year? करंट ईयर में स्पाउस की डेथ हुई है और करंट ईयर का ही फाइलिंग स्टेटस बताना है.
I'm married filing jointly.
Yes, correct. Okay. Uh, Chris, age 5, has $3,000 of interest income and no earned income in 2025. So, how much of Chris' income will be taxed at the parent's marginal tax rate? So, he has 3,000 of interest income, means unearned income. So, you have to tell that how much income will be taxed at parent's marginal tax rate. It is related to your TD taxes part. Any idea or should I explain?
Can you explain?
Yes, sure. So basically, for kiddie tax rules state that if a child has unearned income, then up to the 1350, it is non-taxable, and up to next 1350, it is taxable at the child tax rate. Okay, which is usually lower than their parents' tax rate. So if it has like unearned income above this amount, then it will be taxed at the parent's marginal tax rate. So that means first 1350 is non-taxable. Next 1350 will be taxable at child tax rate. And like above these amounts, so 1350 plus 1350, it will be your 2700. So above 2700, it will be taxed at the parent's marginal tax rate. So that means how much amount will be taxed at parents' marginal tax rate out of 3000? So first 1350 will be non-taxable. Next 1350 will be taxed at child tax rate. Okay, and above this amount means above this 2700, it will be taxed at the parents' marginal tax rate. So what should be the amount that will be taxed at marginal tax parents tax rate?
Ma'am, 300.
Yes, correct. Okay. So first 1350 is non-taxable. Next 1350 will be subject to child tax rate. And above this amount, it will be taxed at the parent's marginal tax rate. Okay, next question. Debbie broke her leg this past year and was unable to work for 3 months. During this time, she received $2,500 in sick pay from her employer. She also received $1,000 from her personally purchased accident policy. How much this benefit will be taxable income to the Debbie? So she is getting 2,500 as a sick pay from employer, $1,000 from personally purchased accident policy. So how much of these amount will be taxable?
Ma'am, 2500.
Okay, yes, correct. So this is a kind of compensation, so it will be taxable, whereas $1,000 you are getting as a proceed from your insurance, so which is non-taxable. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's do the last question. Which of the following is not an acceptable filing status? So it is very simple.
Dependent.
Yes, correct. Okay, so let's do one or two simulations also. Okay, so this is related to your interest expenses. So Miller, uh, have you practiced some simulations yet, or this is the first time you are practicing? So you will get 7 to 8 simulations in your exam. Some may be simple, like having no exhibit, and some of the simulation will contains exhibits, means some PDF which contains some data related to your taxpayer and all. And you like of the sims were very simple, that will be completed in your 10 to 15 minutes, and some were tough, which will require more time. Okay, so this is the simple simulation, which is having no exhibit. So here, a miler, age 38, a single taxpayer, is the sales manager of Standard Corporation and auto stereo dealer. Miller's AGI is given is $67,000, and outstanding mortgage on principal residence is $225,000. So Miller's job is to oversee. Okay. So Myler's job is to oversee the sales operation of Standard Corporation. Myler has a private office at the dealership and is responsible for attracting new customer and retaining current customer. So as a sales manager, he has the authority to hire and discharge sales personnel. During the year, he has made certain interest payment, which is given in this table. So in the column title amount reportable on Schedule A, enter the amount that are reportable interest expense and subject to statutory percentage limitation. So if none of the particular payment is reportable as interest expense deduction, enter a zero. So you have to tell that which amount should be reportable on Schedule A, which is basically reportable as interest expense deduction, like you can get the deduction on your schedule A. So first is your mortgage interest paid on principal residence. So okay, read it once, then we will discuss this question. So one simulation will definitely come from your property taxation part. Okay, and many of the simulations are from your individual taxation, and usually do not give any simulation from business law and all. Okay, so your main important topic is individual taxation, property taxation, and uh, you can also get one or two simulation from your corporation taxation part also. Okay.
Then, ma'am, how are we supposed to answer this question?
Okay. So basically in your exam you do not have to like r- write any theory. You just have to select the basically amount. You just have to type the amount, or you just have to select the amount. Okay, so mostly options are given in which you have to only select the amount or any answer, or you can get the simulation in which you have to type the amount. Okay, not any theory related, like you have to type something, you have to explain some definition, some like any answer in detail. So basically, it is asking that these are some interest related expense. So how much of these expense should be reported in your schedule A? ओके, ये समझ में आया आपको? मतलब इतना पढ़ लिया आपने? Have you read this part?
Reading, ma'am.
Okay. So read it once. Or please not disregard all AGI limitations. So if you think any of the expense is subject to AGI limitation, then you have to ignore that limitation for completing this table. ओके, वैसे आपने अभी तक सिमुलेशंस प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट की है आप दोनों ने?
No, we are yet to practicing on
Ma'am,
MCQ
we
only.
needed some questions to practice.
Okay, so we will take some practice session related to simulations as well as do some MCQs also. Okay, so please join. Like we will have some practice session in which I will try to cover some simulations and MCQs related to exam.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so that you will get the idea how will actually sims and MCQs comes.
Yes, ma'am.
So here basically we have to answer whether this deduction is allowable or not allowable, correct? Without
Yes.
any limit.
Basically, what amount you should report in your Schedule A. Any limitation you have to ignore for this question, it is given. Shall we discuss now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, first is your mortgage interest you are paying on principal residence. Amount is given 11,400. So, it should be reportable on Schedule A or not? Schedule A, okay? So, it is given. Under Schedule A, you will mention your itemized deduction, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think? Mortgage interest for on principal residence, you will get the itemized deduction for this amount or not?
Yes, ma'am. Full amount deduction.
Okay. So do you also agree, Dhanashri?
Yes.
Okay, so here you have to put this amount. Okay. Okay, next. Points on 30-year mortgage for the purchase of principal residence paid on June 30 of the current year. So you are paying the mortgage for the, basically you are paying the interest on the mortgage that you have taken for your principal residence, which is $4,200.
It is allowable.
Okay, so amount full.
Yes, ma'am. Full amount.
Okay, so next is mortgage interest paid on commercial rental property. So you have some commercial rental property and you are paying mortgage interest on this property.
Allowable.
Allowable, ma'am.
Sorry. Can you repeat?
Allowable, ma'am.
Okay, so it is allowable under Schedule A or something else?
It will be a business.
Okay. So we have discussed these things and we have done some schedules. So rental property means if you are getting any rental income, then it will be reported on which schedule? 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. 29. Rental income is considered as your passive income or active income.
Ma'am, full amount?
Schedule E.
Yes, your rental income is a passive income, and you
Hmm.
will report this income in your scheduling. And from your rental income, you can deduct your expenses related to this rental activity. So, is this your personal expense or is this related to your rental property?
Rental. So it's zero.
Yes. So, if like if you have this interest related to your personal property, then it will be allowed. Since it is related to your rental property, it is allowable deduction, but it will be allowable under Schedule E, not under Schedule A. Okay, are you getting my point or any doubt?
Got ma'am.
No,
Okay,
got it.
so we have also done this question when we have like discussed Schedule E. So if you have some rental property and you are using it partially for rental purposes and partially for your personal purposes, then any interest and taxes you are paying on the portion you are using for personal purposes, it will be allowed as itemized deduction, whereas any interest and taxes you are paying on rental portion, then it will be allowed as your expenses under Schedule E. Okay, so please note this point. Any doubt in this question?
No, got it.
Okay, so next is your interest paid on personal credit cards. So if you have some credit cards and you're paying interest on these cards,
Ma'am, zero.
okay,
Zero.
yes, correct. So your personal like loans पे interest आपका allowed नहीं होता. Like your insurance loan, your credit card loans. So in sub पे interest is not allowed as deduction. Interest paid to IRS for late filing of income tax return. So if you are paying any interest to IRS because you have filed your tax return late.
Zero.
Okay. Any other guess or should I write the zero?
Ma'am, zero.
Okay. So it will be your personal like interest and will not be allowed. Next is your interest paid to 50,000 home equity loan. The loan was used to pay off credit card debt and purchase a used car. You have taken some home loan, but it was used to pay credit card debt and purchased a used car. So what will you think? This interest will be allowed as
Ma'am, not
deduction under
allowed.
Schedule A or no?
Not allowed, ma'am.
Okay. And Dhanishri?
Zero.
Okay, yes, correct. Okay, so if you are using this loan for your to buy your residence or to improve your home, then it will be allowed. Otherwise, if you are using it to buy some personal property, it will not be allowed. Okay. Yes. So all the answers are correct. So this is how the simulation. You can get some simulation like simple related to these, and you can also get some exhibits related simulations. So we will discuss some simulations more in next class. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, so please join tomorrow's session. I will try to discuss like more simulations.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I'll join it tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, thank you for joining today.
Thank
Thank
you, ma'am.
you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
ma'am.